Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Queenie Clem with Queenie's Book Talk and Reviews, and I am your literary ambassador. And today I have a special guest on my channel. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is NiaShanta Ross, and I'm so excited to be here on your show. I'm super excited. We've been connected for years. We've worked together for years, and I don't know if we've ever been like connected like this, so I'm really excited.
All right. Now, what is your genre and what attracted you to that genre?
So I would say that I like to say that my book is a roux, like a gumbo of Christian fiction, inspirational fiction, women's fiction, like a big gumbo of all of that. There's definitely an underlying theme of faith in all of my books, and the Holy Spirit is evident in all of my books. But my characters are real characters. They're real people who deal with real life things. They're not perfect by a long shot, but it's like a big gumbo of Christian fiction, inspirational fiction, romance, and women's fiction all in one.
Okay. Now tell us about your book and briefly give us a synopsis.
So this is my debut novel that was published in 2016. It's called Worth the Wait, and it follows the life of three best friends in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They met in college, and they're all trying to navigate their different, the different walks of life that they're in. One of them has just gotten married, and she's trying to figure out this marriage thing. The other two are still single, and they're wondering, is love ever going to find me? Am I ever going to have my happily ever after? And so they're all just kind of trying to navigate through what it means to be a young Christian single and live life the best way that they know how.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Can you share something that's in the book that is not in the blurb?
Yeah, I think readers will be captivated by the fact that the characters are like your best friends, like they're your girlfriends. Like when you read about them, you feel like you know them. That's always been the feedback from my readers. They feel like they know these characters. They are either these characters, or they know these characters. They have sisters like them, or best friends, or girlfriends like them. And so I think what's not in the blurb is that they're so relatable and they're so realistic. They're us.
Wow. Okay. Can you share a snippet from your book?
I can. Okay. So, this is kind of the beginning of the novel where the girlfriends, they always meet together during the week, and they go and kind of hang out at a open mic kind of House of Blues type place. And they are going to meet there this week, and they had no idea that they were going to have a visitor to join them at the table. So that's where this story kind of picks up at. We danced about 5 more line dances before all of us felt the burn. We took a breather and darted toward our table. Good evening, ladies. The voice did not sound familiar to me. I had to look up to see who it was. I had been preoccupied with my iPhone responding to a text message when our visitors walked up to the table. Good evening, sir. Rosalind elected herself as the spokesperson of the group. My name is Salem, and this is my brother, Shy. Salem flashed his pearly whites, and they extended their hands to greet us, but Shy seemed not at all interested in making small talk. He murmured something in Salem's ear and walked off. Salem, huh? How excited. What does it mean? Rosalind seemed intrigued now as she inspected Salem from head to toe. It's Hebrew. It means peace. He smiled and stared at me as he continued to speak. I memorized the structure of his face, his perfectly constructed teeth, well-kept dreadlocks, and immaculate facial hair. The man was gorgeous. His brother wasn't too shabby either. So do you ladies have names? Salem continued to speak to everyone at the table, but focused his sight on me. Well, my name is Rosalind. The one seated next to me is Giselle, and the one preoccupied with her iPhone is Natalia. Pleasure to meet all of you, especially you, Miss Natalia. Pleased to meet you too, the girls replied one after another. I formed my mouth to speak, but nothing came out. So, Miss Natalia, would you like to dance? Who, me? To say I was surprised was an understatement. Yes, you. His smile was angelic. You want to dance with me. The thought of such a beautiful specimen wanting to grace the dance floor with me was a little mind-blowing. Yes, I want to dance with you. I saw you in action a few minutes ago, so I know you can groove. As he finished his last word, he reached out his hand to assist me down from the bar stool. We walked towards the dance floor. Before getting too far, I turned to get the reaction from the table. Giselle and Rosin had the "girl, he is too fine" look of approval on their faces. Salem was definitely a sight to see. He stood a little over 6 feet tall and roughly 220 pounds. Beautiful locks with just a hint of brown tips, deep stash, of the word, light brown or haze icing on the cake. The outfit he wore, a pair of dirty denim jeans with a slight tint of brown, paired well with the brown button-down shirt, complete with a pair of two-tone designer shoes, which ought to complement his manly body. His muscles were screaming to get out of his shirt, which in my eyes revealed that he frequented the gym or exercised regularly. As if his body weren't enough to hypnotize, his smile definitely did. His cheekbones and eyes were friendly. When he smiled, they literally touched each other. I found myself staring at him, but quickly made my eyes behave and turn elsewhere. So, yeah, this is just a little taste. I'm just gonna give you a little appetizer, just a little taste.
Okay. Does one of the main characters hold a special place in your heart? If so, why?
Definitely all of them. All of the female characters there's a little bit of me in all of the characters. But if I had to choose one, it would probably be Natalia. She and I are the same person. For a long time, I wondered, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. When is this going to happen for me? When am I, why am I still single? And so she just really battles and grapples with it in this novel. Just trying to figure out, God, where is my Prince Charming? Where is he? So Natalia is definitely, she is me and I'm her.
What was the inspiration for the story?
My story of trying to figure out why I'm still single. Lord, where's my husband? Just really feeling like, that biological clock is ticking. Lord, I'm ready to be married. I'm ready to have children. So I would sit down and I would pen journal entries to God, like, God, when is this going to happen for me? And eventually those journal entries turned into Natalia's journal entries. And the story kind of went from there. And that was pretty much the inspiration behind the story.
Okay. What is the key theme or message in the book?
I think the key theme or the message is to understand that if you're waiting, I saw a meme a few weeks back that says, if you're waiting, just know that God's going to give you more than you ask for. And so just being patient in the wait and understanding that they that wait on the Lord, it's worth it. So it's worth it to wait and be patient because he has something great in store for you on the other side of your wait.
And what do you hope for the readers to take away from the story?
I definitely hope that they'll take away to be encouraged and to understand that there's a time and a season for everything. And when you really trust God and know that he's going to do what he said he's going to do, then you can take that to the bank, as my mama says. You can take it to the bank in cash because he's going to do what he said he's going to do. So just be patient and trust him because it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth the wait.
Mm-hmm. Worth the wait. What is the significance of that title?
definitely just waiting on God. When you wait him, there's a quote in the book that says, when you wait on God, he's going to bless you real good. And it's going to be worth the wait. Just everything that you're having to wait for. You're having to wait for that relationship, that marriage, that child to be born, that job, everything that you're waiting for. If God has you waiting, it's for a reason. And it's going to be worth it to wait. And really on the other side of that, there's a blessing on the other side of your wait.
Yes, that is a gorgeous cover.
Thank you so much.
I love that cover. So
Thank you so much.
Tell us about the process of coming up with that cover.
So I cannot take any credit at all for this cover. My writing shero mentor, sister Michelle Stimson, designed this cover. And when I saw it, I was just like, yes, 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 and yes again. I gave her a vision of what I wanted, but I can take zero credit for it.
Wow.
I just told her that I wanted a man and a woman holding hands, and she just ran with it.
Wow.
So yes, that's all Michelle Stimson, best-selling author. She's written a gazillion books.
Yes.
And so she's amazing. Yes.
She was at CBLR last week.
Yes. She's everything. She is my writing shero.
Yes. What is the future for the characters? Will there be a sequel?
Yes. Worth fighting for will be out 2/22/22. And we're gonna find out about Rosalind and Giselle and Natalia and Salem and Shy. Everybody's coming back. And the sequel is literally, very rarely is the sequel better than the first. But I really think that the sequel is better than Worth the Wait. And that's saying a lot, because this is my baby. This is my first baby. And your first baby is your favorite. But I definitely think the sequel is, they're like neck and neck, if I had to say.
What
yes, there's definitely a sequel.
Okay, all right. You said February 22nd, 2022?
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay, what was the key challenges you faced when writing this book?
It was so, oh my goodness. It was because I was telling my story. It was hard. Those emotions were raw. Those feelings were in the forefront of my mind, because as I said, Natalia is me and I'm Natalia. So when I was writing her journal entries, like, these were literally journal entries that I took from my journal at the time and put in the book. And so it was really kind of painful, to write what I was feeling, the raw emotions, the transparency, but it was necessary. And I think that is what has resonated with readers, because they're like, I haven't written things like that. I've said things like that. So that was probably the most difficult part.
Okay. What was the highlight of writing this book?
Just getting it finished. This book was years in the making. I started writing this story in 2009. And I put it down for many years. I had writer's block. I didn't want to finish it. And one day in 2015, Michelle called me and she said, NiaShanta, we need to get this book finished. She said, I'm tired of hearing about this book. I'm tired. She said, God put it on my heart to make sure you got this book out. So what do we need to do? And that was kind of like the motivation, the ammunition that I needed to finish. But I had kind of put it on the back burner for a minute, and I was just kind of like, well, maybe don't nobody need to hear this story. Maybe this is really not a story to tell. But I'm really glad that she pushed me to do it, because it was so powerful to actually finish it,
Where can readers purchase your book?
So you can purchase it online, Amazon, Amazon, Barnes and Noble. I have that's pretty much the online outlets. Online mostly aren't Barnes and Noble and Amazon, but that most people get them from Amazon. Been purchasing. It's available for Kindle as well as the print edition through Amazon.
And worth fighting for? Is it up for pre-order?
It is up for pre-order. I'm going to do a big cover reveal on November 26th on Black Friday. I'm going to do a cover reveal. I'm going to do some readings from it. I'm going to do a big live celebration on November 26th on all of my social media platforms. But the cover, it will be revealed on the 26th, but it is already on Amazon for pre-order.
Good. Okay. Okay. Where can readers find about you?
Well, I'm on Facebook, very active on Facebook, not as active on Twitter. I just started in Instagram a few months back. I was anti-Instagram for a long time, but I finally joined Instagram. So I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Twitter.
Okay. Well, I have a few questions I need to know about you.
Okay.
Okay, who is your favorite author and why?
Oh God, I knew you were gonna ask me this question. I don't. Oh my goodness, there are so many. Goodness. Michelle Stimson, Rhonda McKnight, Norma Jarrett, Victoria Christopher Murray, Rashonda Tate Billingsley. Like that whole. Those are my top five in no particular order, but those are definitely my top five.
Okay. What are you reading now?
I am currently reading a book called For Better or Worse by Jessie Marie. And she's written, this is I think the fourth or the fifth in her series, her hometown series. And it's really good. Really, really good. It came out last Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
What book is currently on your bedside table?
Ooh, I don't have a bedside table, but if I had, well, my iPad is usually resting on my bedside table. And in my Kindle, I have 1,000 books in my Kindle. So yeah, my Kindle is locked and loaded with things.
Okay. What books or authors have most influenced your own writing?
Definitely Michelle Stimson. Definitely Rhonda McKnight. Definitely Sherry Lewis. Yeah, those three have heavily influenced my writing.
Who is the author you most admire in your genre?
Probably those three that I just mentioned, Michelle Stimson and Rhonda McKnight. Okay. I'm just like a fangirl when it comes to them. I'm a fangirl.
Yes, yes. Is there anything else you would like to add before we close?
No, I'm really grateful for this opportunity. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super grateful and appreciative for you having me.
Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
Again, this is Queenie Clem with Queenie's Book Talk and Reviews. Happy reading. Bye, y'all.